Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Week 1 progress update for the League's 4 account. In the last video, we finally unlocked the Tombs of a Masket, as well as all the starter gear we would need, got a couple kills in, and we even got a Fang, which was just an amazing drop, right? And this really changed our possibilities moving forward, and it also kind of gave us the ability to push for higher invocations now that we had a good solution to the Akka phase, which is melee only, and it's hard to do that when you don't have a very accurate melee weapon. The last few days have been all about just setting up our account to get ready for that shadow grind and really, be ready to sit there for a couple, 10, 20, 30 kills until we do get that shadow. Because once we do get the shadow, I mean, the game really just opens up and we can kind of just take it wherever we want. We're doing an insane amount more damage than a trident. So, we just need a couple items, and we're starting off with just a bit of Slayer because probably the most important one is going to be the Occult Necklace, which requires level 93 Slayer from Smoke Devils. So, with Berserker, though, honestly, Slayer's been a lot more fun. I'm getting 3 max hits to start off every single one of these Krakens, and they're basically getting one shot. We can sit at very low health to really get advantage of our Berserker Relic, and it's been a lot of fun. Honestly, I've been really enjoying Slayer with the Berserker Relic. Can't wait to do even more of it. Now, along the way, we did get 91 Slayer, which gives us the ability to actually fight Cerberus whenever we get a Hellhounds task. So, I figured might as well. We have the damage. And it was actually a lot of fun killing this boss, trying to stay at very low health. And this boss does give us our best in slot boots. You can see here we got an internal crystal, which we're going to be using to upgrade Infinity Boots into Eternal Boots, which are actually our best in slot boots for the whole account. So this was one best in slot item already knocked out. We just need to go farm the Infinity Boots at some point. Next up, we wanted to farm Demonic Gorillas because we did need to get a Zenite Shard. These guys count as a Black Demon, so whenever we had a Black Demon task, it was just worth it to go ahead and camp them out. And honestly, I thought these guys would be pretty miserable, but with Blood Barrage, as well as the Fang as our off-style switch, because you do need 2 styles to kill these, they were actually pretty easy. I really didn't have very much trouble at all with them. Now, luckily, we did manage to snag a heavy ballista from the monkeys, which is quite rare. So I was really impressed to get this. I mean, I think we got in 50 kills. Typically, it takes several hundred. So a nice little pickup while we're here. However, no such luck with the Zenite Shard. Even with a rate of 1 in 75, we killed over 150 of them. So 2 times the rate, but we did not manage to hit the Zenite Shard. Kind of unfortunate because the Tormented Bracelet is probably the second best item next to the Occult Necklace. The Occult Necklace gives 10% damage. Tormented Bracelet gives 5% damage. So this is definitely something we're going to have to come back and do later. Now, we did manage to hit a Smoke Devil task. Finally, I've been waiting for this for quite a while, and these guys are absolutely insane. We got our cannon to set up the pools very nice and easily, and they stack up just absolutely beautifully so that we can barrage them down, do a ton of damage. Our max hit is just insane here because we can sit at 1 health, kill them all super easily, and they drop the Occult Necklace, obviously, so that's kind of what we're going for here. They also have a fantastic chance of superiors, which is how we're going to want to get our imbued heart eventually. And in fact, this very first superior that we got did drop us the Occult Necklace. So with just 30 Smoke Devils defeated, we already got probably the best item in the account for a while until the Shadow. And to make up for all that really unfortunate, bad luck at the Demonic Gorillas, the luck didn't quite stop there. When we killed the Smoke Devils, not only do we get the Occult Necklace, but we also got a Dragon Chain Body drop. And this is an insanely rare drop. I think it's 1 in 32,000 from Smoke Devils. But it does give us a task, although we're probably not going to be using it as a defensive piece. It is a really, really rare drop. So actually seeing that drop was pretty cool. It's a 200-point task for equipping it in the desert, which we do have access to. So saves us a grind in the future, fighting the Calphite Queen to get it instead. And with just those upgrades, it was time to actually put them into action. So we went back to the Tombs of a Masket, this time bumping up the raid level to over 500. This was mainly done with the new hard mode invocation that adds about 200 invocation level worth of stats. So we could go from a 305 to a 505. Now the stats are pretty ridiculous, but it did take us 48 minutes to even get through this. But the drop rate, the chance of a purple is enough to warrant it. I think even at the 4 times drop rate, we were looking at about a 60 to 65% chance of getting a purple for completing a raid, which is just unbelievably powerful. And I'm really excited. It's a lot more fun to actually do these like crazy hard raids, but actually be rewarded with like an insane purple chance, I guess, to compensate for your effort. And in our very first 500, we did already get a purple. Trust me, guys, there are a lot of purples to come because at 60%, I mean, the odds are in our favor. And while we only got a pitiful Masori mask, we did get a couple other things, including the Fang ornamental kit. Not only was this a master task worth 400 points, but honestly, it looks really, really cool just to have a Fang already. You know, in the very first couple of days, it was the first week, and we already have one. So it just felt really good. I've been really enjoying doing these high invocation tombs. It's definitely going to be something I continue to do. Now, the very next day, I felt like it was a good time to go ahead and keep working on some of the gear. We still needed a Tormented Bracelet as well as Infinity Robes, which we would get from the Mage Training Arena. So I figured, okay, it's time to go ahead and do one of the worst grinds. You know, I did have 8 times the minigame points right now, but I felt like Mage Training Arena, it was time to get it out of the way. Luckily, we could at least cheese one room by buying an absolute absurd amount of bananas. And in this room, you're typically supposed to be using bones to bananas and converting the bananas. But in fact, we can smuggle in thousands and thousands of bananas and just use our banker's note to deposit them and get really, really fast rates of experience. Or sorry, not experience, points. But we basically have this one room got like completed in like 5 to 10 minutes. It was really awesome to, you know, just get it done. Other rooms, not so much. They're not really that good. You kind of have to do them by yourself with nothing to speed it up. The telekinetic room in particular was pretty miserable, but we did pretty much get it all done in one sitting. Unfortunately, the alchemical room was also very, very slow. And this one just completely cooked me in just a couple hours. I had to just go ahead and take a nap. At this point, you know, it's been 6 days. I've been going pretty damn hard. So the Mage Training Arena beat me here, and I decided, like, you know what, like, I'm done. I can't keep doing this, so we don't have to go for this grind. Let's just call it a day, basically. But of course, I couldn't leave on that note. So literally just this morning, we woke up. It was day 7, and I decided, all right, you know what? We're fully focused. We got a wonderful amount of rest. Let's slam out the rest of Mage Training Arena because it is so worth it. Not only is it like over 1,000 points to get done, but we really are going to need the gear that we get. It's going to speed up our Tombs of Amascut so much as we prepare to go ahead and grind out that shadow. And while the alchemical room did take us like an hour and a half, it was pretty miserable. The enchant room was actually really nice and chill. I don't really know what's going on with the points here. It feels like they're either bugged or not working properly, but you could honestly just like AFK this room, click once every like 2 minutes, and you still be getting like a pretty reasonable amount of points. So this room was really nice and chill. We got really fast points. If you are doing Mage Training Arena, I would definitely wait for 8 times. And for the enchant room, you're going to want to have a high magic level because you get more points based on what level of enchant you're using. So wait until you have like level 6 enchant so that you can, complete this room, and it's basically a joke. But with all 4 rooms completed, we did go ahead and get our full Infinity Robe set, including the Eternal Boots, including the Infinity Boots, which we'll upgrade to the Eternal Boots soon. But yeah, there it is, the full Infinity set, and it feels really damn good to knock that out. And we also went ahead and bought the Mage's Book and the Master Wand and Bones to Peaches. So every single item we could get from Mage Training Arena, we did go ahead and grab. And look at that. The green log at Mage Training Arena feels really damn good to, endure the grind, come in the morning, super damn focused. I was feeling miserable the night before trying to do this, but it feels really good to get it done on week 1. I don't have to come back here ever again. I have everything I need from Mage Training Arena, and I am done. I am actually done with Mage Training Arena. It feels so, so good. And with the Eternal Crystal we got from Cerberus, we combined it with the Infinity Boots from the Mage Training Arena to get our Eternal Boots. This will be our best in slot Mage Boots for the rest of the account. So yeah, that's nice. It's always nice to get a best in slot item kind of complete, even if it's not that good. Eternal Boots are pretty bad. They have a pretty weak magic bonus, but you know what? It's a task anyways. So I was very happy to get it done. It felt like all the steps were finally coming in order. There's just a couple things we still needed to get. And so began the day 7 grind. I sat down and I mapped out about 4,500 worth of points, including all the stuff that we had from the Mage Training Arena, because I realized that, you know what, if we're going to be grinding for it anyways, I might as well go ahead and try to get tier 8 and kind of get my full power online. This would give me my tier 8 relic, but also would give me the 5 times drop rate. So basically today was all about just smashing out as many tasks as possible. I tried to really find as many of like the hard tasks, elite tasks I could do. You can see here I'm trying to go for this Karis task where you want to basically do a one-shot. You have to deal over 150 damage to a Caliphite, so I basically just farmed these little Caliphites trying to get a proc. I'm using Berserker here as well to really take full damage of it. And the Karis has about a 1 in 51 chance with the blue gem to deal triple damage. So that's something I got from the raid, and I figured, okay, well, I might as well go ahead and smash out this task. So with the Berserker max hit dealing over 50, we just need to basically keep attacking mobs until finally we do actually get our over 150 hit. And, took a little bit of time. But finally, it did go off. We hit a 170, got over 10,000 experience off one hit. And that's a 200-point task completed. Now, I did know I am going to have to get, my Tormented Bracelet at some point, so I got my crafting up. Along the way, there were some crafting tasks I could do. Blowing 100 light orbs is a 200-point task. So, just grab some Molten Glass from the trader members, and that's 100 light orbs, 200 points earned, another task completed. We're getting even closer to tier 8. With Karamja Diary 1 completed, I went ahead and bought a ton of Chaos Runes using all the money I had gotten from Alks. Basically, just tried to liquidate as much as my bank. And I went absolutely nuts just selling a ton of Chaos Runes over to the rune store. I think I actually ended up with 540k total, so like over $500,000. And that's just because not only did I want to go ahead and buy an Onyx, there's also a lot of points for buying all the Obsidian stuff as well. Buying an Onyx is a 200-point task, so it's nice to get that done. In addition, the Obsidian Shield, Obsidian Sword, Obsidian Cape, and I believe the Obsidian Mace as well. These are all tasks, so we went ahead through all of them got like a bunch of points doing that as well. And with just a little amount left, I actually bought a second Onyx because we're going to be using one Onyx to make into a Onyx Amulet, which is also a 200-point task. And then the second one is we're going to be kind of saving it for the Tormented Bracelet, which is, again, our best in slot gloves. And we're definitely going to want to grind that out before we really get hard into Tombs of Amasket. Now, one perk of the Infernal Gathering is that I could actually find these Runite rocks. Not only did I have a wonderful chance of actually mining them because, I had such a high mining level by now, but it would also instantly smelt them into 2 Runite bars because of Endless Harvest, which would double the resources. So I could actually get like 100 Runite bars very, very quickly just by hopping worlds and attacking these Runite rocks. It was so fast, so easy. And there are some tasks that we need Runite bars for. Smithing any Runite item is a task, but also smithing 1,000 Runite dart tips is a 200-point task. So yeah, we farmed up all the, we farmed 100 rune bolts or rune bars so that we could just go ahead and smith them all. Eventually, we're also going to be using this for fletching. We just don't even have the fletching level for it just yet. Finally, I wanted to start challenging myself with some new PVM. Well, I had done the 3 Jads and I've done the Inferno in the main game. I have never challenged myself past that. So I actually went ahead and I thought, okay, let's go do 4 Jads. Let's see what that's like. And honestly, guys, it was actually a ton of fun. It was so nerve-wracking at first. But once that first one goes down, you're just going back to triple Jads. You just have to focus on your prayers. The Mage's Wand, the Master Wand with the Mage's Book did so much damage here that I could honestly get through. And even if I tagged like half the healers, I could probably out DPS them. So as long as I stayed focused, didn't miss any prayers, this was super easy. And I had a lot of fun getting this done. And I would say that this went completely smooth, but with just 2 Jads left, and I was getting to the easiest part of the fight, I forgot to sip prayer potions. Get hit by a 99, get blasted, and I did have to start again, have to try the challenge all over again. But, I knew I could do it, so next time we go back in, and in this next run, we just completely killed all 4 Jads. It was super easy. Next up was 5 Jads, and, I did die kind of a couple times trying to get this, but I think I got lucky here. I honestly I didn't really struggle as much as I thought I would. Managed to get through, and once you get down to 4 Jads, it's a lot easier. You have a little bit more time to breathe. So yeah, I was I think I just got lucky here with the healers, to be honest. And even missing a couple prayers was not a problem. I managed to basically blood barrage my way back up. So yeah, very lucky with our 5 Jad attempt, going all the way down to 12 health, but still not a problem. And so finally, it was time to take on the final challenge, 6 Jads. And guys, this one was so ridiculous. I had never done it before. I had never even thought it was possible for me to do. but you know, I had my barrages and I was ready to go, and I was. It was tough though. It was tough. I died a lot doing this. I mean, there were a lot of times where I would go in there. I was trying to, you know, get used to the rhythm because there's just very, very little break for you to even like catch your breath. There's a lot of times where I would basically just go in and like in the first like couple of seconds miss a prayer, and I got freaking annihilated. So yeah, this was really, really hard. It was a lot of fun though. And while I did make some progress and I tried out a couple things like using the trident and stuff like that, eventually I just felt like my nerves were like way, way, way too much. And I was having like a really hard time. I figured, hey, you know what? We're so close to the next tier anyways. Why not just go get tier 8 and then we'll come back and just slam the 6 Jad challenge anyways. Instead, we went back to our good friend, the Leviathan, and this time I was way more prepared. I knew what I was doing, and with the Trident, I mean, we just completely destroyed this guy. Did a lot of damage. I actually knew how to deal with the special attacks this time. I didn't panic. I just kind of was confident in my prayers, and, you know, after doing so much Jads, I would hope that I'm a little bit better at knowing when to prayer swap. But yeah, the Leviathan got absolutely melted. I'm actually really excited to go back and do more of this because I actually had a lot of fun. And this is like the one Desert Treasure 2 boss that I hadn't done in the main game. So I was really excited to actually go ahead and learn it. We got an Awakener's Orb, but you know, I don't think I'm going to be doing Awaken Leviathan just yet. Maybe once we get the Shadow, we'll send that a couple more times. Moving on from an even harder challenge than the 6 Jads was probably getting through these gardens. I'm not going to lie, guys. I feel like I suck at it. I was struggling quite a bit to get the timing right. But, you know, the plugin really helps a lot. So if you guys are doing, you know, your summer or your Sorcerer's Garden, get the plugin. It kind of helps you make it a lot simpler and know when you need to be clicking to get to the next step. And with just a few hundred points away from the next tier, I decided that there was no proper send-off than to go ahead and do that in the 6 Jad challenge. I didn't want to wait until the next relic. I didn't want to have cheat death to do it. I wanted to force myself stubbornly to sit through and get better and actually go ahead and complete all 6 Jads. And that's exactly what we did. I went back. I tried to really, really focus on the rhythm, getting my prayers right, trying to refine my strategy. I died an insane amount of times. I think I was here for about an hour and a half. It was probably the slowest 200 points I've ever tried to go for. But you know what? It was so worth it because I think this is one of the best parts about leagues. It's something I constantly try to advise you guys to do, is that get out of your comfort zone and go try some of those harder PVM challenges that you'd never thought you could do before. Because let's be real here, leagues does help me do this. I'm not going to deny it. It's a lot easier in leagues. But getting the prayer, getting the rhythm, there's nothing really in the game that's going to fix that for me. That's something I do have to learn for myself. So you know, it was a lot of fun, and I would really advise you guys to also go ahead and try that stuff. And even though I died an insane amount of times here, it felt like the right way to go ahead and try to get myself into tier 8. I didn't want to wait till I had cheat death in order to do this. And I do want to show the kill, so, you know, go ahead and enjoy it. Or I guess I need to just get spoon, right? I just need to be better. I just need to be a better player. I just need to be a better player. That's all. It's just a skill issue. If I was better, I would have this by now. That's all. That's all there is. Did I just tank like 8 Jad hits? Oh my god. Oh my god, I did it. Holy shit. And with our tier 8 relic unlocked, we went ahead and grabbed Undying Retribution. Not only did I think a cheat death is just going to be an insane ability to use for raids, it's also going to allow me to really stay at low health and take advantage of the Berserker relic, which I do more damage while at low health. Now in a raid, it's really hard for me to sit at like 1 health and, get the 40% damage bonus from being so low. But if I have a cheat death, well, then I can kind of afford to be a little bit risky. And if I do make a mistake, then I'll just play safe and basically do the raid regularly. The next couple of days are really going to be all about actually going and heading over to Tombs, using our Undying Retribution, because now not only do we have our tier 8 relic, but we also have 5 times drop rate. So I'm going to be taking this straight over to Tombs. We're going to be doing a lot of 500 plus raids in the next couple of days. So if you guys want to check those out, you should definitely check it out. And as you can see, cheat death is pretty damn fun to use. So thank you all for watching this week 1 progress. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully, you learned some new tasks that you can do yourself. I'm really excited for week 2. I feel like now I've done so much of the kind of annoying stuff, the tasky stuff that I have to get done. And now I can really just have fun, go grab my shadow, farm it out, and then really just start pumping bosses with the insane damage bonus that I'm going to get. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.